These are from Mr. Rogers. All of us, at some time or another, need help. Whether we're giving or receiving help, each one of us has something valuable to bring to this world. That's one of the things that connect us as neighbors. In our own way, each one of us is a giver and a receiver.
Howdy, everybody. Howdy. Native Texan, Texas Aggie. Of course, I had to say howdy. So, when I was asked to speak and have a little backpack blessing, as is traditional, I really felt compelled to talk about the ways that local, regional, state, national governing bodies are causing lots of problems in our public education system. And as Unitarian Universalists, we are uniquely poised to kind of provide an alternative to that. Not to the education, but to the problems therein. Please keep in mind that while I discuss the many shortcomings of our state's current public educational system, I come from a family of educators. I believe that educators such as my aunt and my mother answered a sacred call to teach. The many flaws I will be discussing do not reflect the majority of great people who do their best to perform this sacred work. The problems lie with our local, state, and national governing bodies who would bind the hands of these dedicated and talented educators, removing their focus from guiding and inspiring our children to empathy, joy, and the greater good. Instead, they're being required to police gender expression, instill white pride, and watering down history, science, and anything else that threatens the status quo. Public education is under threat as the Texas legislature breaks down the separation of church and state in our public schools. Of course, the injection of religion into our K-12 as well as higher education is not one of religious pluralism, discovery, and understanding. It is rather white Christian evangelical nationalism. Unitarian Universalism can provide a counterbalance to this evangelical fervor. This is fundamental to our principles and to our covenant with each other and the world at large. It is difficult work, but the very fabric of our state and nation depends on it. While our public schools now require the 10 Commandments to be displayed in classrooms, we as Unitarian Universalists provide the freedom to explore liberal Christianity, Judaism, Islam, paganism, Buddhism, or any other religious path, or no religious dogma at all. We can provide a safe space to explore humanist values, science, reason, critical thinking skills, and social justice. While our public schools allow immigration enforcement to harass students and faculty, whether their legal status is really in question or not, Unitarian Universalist congregations welcome our neighbors with respect and dignity. While our public schools pass anti-trans rules about which bathrooms people can use, which sports teams they can play on, subject them to degrading and inappropriate exams, and even out them to their parents or other faculty members, Unitarian Universalism welcomes our trans siblings to participate in our beloved community as their authentic selves. While LGBT plus staff are complained about or even fired, and LGBT plus students are relentlessly bullied without real consequence, we as Unitarian Universalists believe that love is love, and we are all made in the wonder and beauty of spirit. While our public schools whitewash our history, removing the horrors of Native genocide, slavery, and even the Holocaust, we as Unitarian Universalists acknowledge white privilege and work to become more inclusive through programs such as our Widening the Circle of Concern. We explore tough topics, including our own imperfect past, and strive to learn better and to do better. While school meal programs, school nursing, and educator salaries are slashed, we can provide clothing swaps like this afternoon, have school supply drives, and keep extra food on hand for our less fortunate neighbors. While schools discard physical education and expect young children to sit still, be quiet, and passively absorb information, we as Unitarian Universalists can give kids a safe space to play, engage them in active learning about their world, and encourage them to follow their own paths. While our schools are forced to abandon topics such as evolution, necessary and appropriate sex education, and the urgency of climate change, we as Unitarian Universalists can provide our whole lives lifespan sexuality education. We can discuss the many causes, effects, and potential solutions to our dire environmental crisis and explore the scientifically accurate origins of life. While our schools remain steeped in patriarchy, ban books such as The Handmaid's Tale, refuse to discuss the rights of women over their own bodies, and pretend that gender and reproductive justice were solved with women's right to vote, Unitarian Universalism gives women dominion over their own bodies and lives, acknowledges the sacred feminine, and helps desperate women in impossible situations. My question for you today is this: with all of the resources and support that Unitarian Universalism supplies to us, what will you do to improve our congregation, our neighborhood, our state, our nation, our world? How will you help to counter the rising racism, sexism, homophobia, and yes, even fascism seeping into education and every other facet of our lives? Maybe you're like so many of the rest of us, barely staying afloat yourself. Does our congregation, our Eunice, provide love and support for you? Can you introduce someone else who is struggling to our unique spiritual path? Do you draw strength from the unconditional love of animals? Can you help an animal shelter? Perhaps all you can do is give a few cans of pet food. Are you wondering about ethical eating? There are UU resources you can explore and share with others. Find one thing that you can do to make this a better place. You don't have to spend days in Austin speaking to our politicians. Those of you who can are an inspiration to all of us. But not all of us can do that. Some of us volunteer in religious exploration, or with Dallas Peace and Justice Center, or answer church emails, or pick up neighborhood trash. Some are the teachers who make sure their classrooms are a safe space for LGBT plus kids. Some petition public universities who drop diversity, equity, and inclusion programs under pressure from national lawmakers. Just do something. I will leave you with one of the best-known affirmations in Unitarian Universalist congregations. Love is our doctrine. The quest for truth is our sacrament. And service is our prayer. I have a backpack blessing. This blessing does coincide with the academic year, but we recognize that all of us are continually learning. While this blessing is especially for children and teens, anyone who desires a blessing for the upcoming year is welcome. Whether you attend traditional school, homeschool, unschool, grad school, the school of life, whether you have a backpack, briefcase, gym bag, purse, or even just an invisible backpack, you are welcome. These words are provided by Karen Johnston, minister at the Unitarian Society in East Brunswick, New Jersey. Does anybody want to come up, or would you rather me come to you for one of the backpack blessing tags? You going to come up? Okay, great. I'll give everybody a minute to come up who would like to. I'm going to hold our little bowl of backpack tags. Even when you are away from the Unitarian Universalist Church of Oak Cliff, you carry the heart of Unitarian Universalism with you wherever you go. May you feel curiosity all your days. May your imagination catch fire. May you find courage when it is necessary. May confusion lead to better questions. May you feel compassion towards those around you and they towards you. May you feel heard and seen, and may you see and hear others. May you speak up for those who are not heard, who are not seen. As your spirit's home, we are made stronger when you share what you learn. We ask you to bring what you learn of the world back to this place. If you agree, say, we will. All right.
And Carol will close us out with words from Reverend Dr. Rebecca Parker.
Your gifts, whatever you discover them to be, can be used to bless or to curse the world. The choice is yours. You must answer this question: what will you do with your gifts?